Let's go.
Did you know something, Mike? Every episode we're doing this bit and we talk about cosplayers and that in all our episodes, but we never actually cosplay. I've never actually really done much on the show.
No, not on the show, no.
So I think before we start, I'm going to cosplay and I'm going to do something that's a bit silly, crazy and a little out there. And you're going to probably just be careful because my outfit's going to be a bit... All right, here we go.
Wow. So, okay. So I guess I should also go for something that's kind of crazy and out there. So let's try a little bit of...
Weird.
Well, welcome home to 42 Geek Street for your guide to the world of the geek. For that little bit of geek in all of us. Hi, I'm Ren, and with me today is Mike.
Hello, puppies.
First up on the show, we're going to be going to see Ben Guy at ArtBoy, which is going to be Mike talking all about it. So let's go and see Mike in action, shall we?
Let's see me in action.
Hi, it's Mike here, and we're here at ArtBoy Gallery, and today we're talking to Ben Guy. Ben, thanks for coming in.
No worries, Mike. Thank you for having me.
Oh, a pleasure. Now, behind us, we have all of your artwork that you've been putting in for your gallery, the pop-up gallery here at ArtBoy. Can you take us through a few pieces? I suppose we can start with this one here.
Yeah. I've had a thing for helmets from pop culture, historical sources. This in particular one, I wanted to branch off, not just have helmets on people, but animals as well.
Yep.
I love the idea of painting an elephant, the leathery skin, and then just thinking about shapes, and I have a love of Star Wars, so when in Photoshop, when I see how it would look, it just, because of a trunk, because of the wings, it's a spaceship from Star Wars, and it was aesthetically pleasing once I merged the two photos, the photo of the elephant and of the spaceship, and said, yeah, that looks right. I think it would make a good painting. And then I look at that and paint.
All right, so you were saying that this is the first time you've gone for animals as
Yeah.
such.
Yeah.
I suppose, what was the starting point? What was the starting point for the whole...
Of helmets?
Yeah.
One of my first memories as a child is drawing a knight's helmet, something similar to that, like a medieval knight helmet, the visor. All of my favorite toys and characters growing up were the cool helmets, the characters that
Would you have been a
wore
fan
helmets.
of the Lego Knights and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff as well?
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Or the whole Lego range. Every Star Wars figure that had a helmet in my little universe when I was playing with them, I was those guys. I was the bad guys. I'd create my own little universe and they were the heroes. The bad guys who I'd be fighting would be the Luke Skywalker figure and the Han Solo figure, because they were just lame dudes with bad haircuts, you know. I had the cool characters with the cool armor, helmets, and maybe if you look deep into it, they could be me because you can't see their face, you know, so that could be me, I don't know. It might be an insecurity thing, you know, I was quite a shy kid growing up and maybe, yeah. In my artist statement that relates to this exhibition, there is kind of a line about once you put a helmet on and cover the face, you become something else. It's that kind of imagination.
All right, cool. So you've got a couple of other pieces we'll check out. So we'll have a look at those now.
Great.
All right, so Ben, here's one piece we wanted to check out, this one of Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Explain the history behind it, I suppose, a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's obviously Darth Vader helmet, but it's actually based on Ralph McQuarrie's earlier designs of Vader. So it's not the one you see in the film. It's a little more scary and angular and a bit weirder. The title of the piece is Saturn, which references a Goya painting. I'm a bit of an art history nut as well. I like to reference old masters. You can see he's holding a Luke Skywalker action figure in his hand. So in the Goya work, it's a picture of Saturn devouring his children. And it's a pretty full-on scary image based on the old Greek myths. So I felt that at one point, you know, Vader wanted to kill his children in a way. So I felt there was a nice little story there. And yeah, like I said, I love art history and old master works, and any chance to reference those as well, I'll take it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we'll check this one out. We've got one more piece we want to have a look, the Dino Riders.
Yeah, Dino Riders.
So let's check that one out. Okay, so the other piece we want to talk about now is Dino Riders.
Yeah.
So a little blast from the past. So tell us a bit about this one.
Being a kid growing up in the 80s, lot of toys, cartoons, just stayed with me. I said before how I like to reference old master paintings and things like that. The paintings on the packaging artwork for the toys, Dino Riders, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, all that stuff, the artwork is amazing. And this is a direct swipe. I took a tiny bit of the T-Rex with the laser cannon's head and just went, I have to paint that, and I'll make it a diptych and make it a two-piece thing, because laser cannons on a T-Rex, I mean...
It just says awesome.
Yeah.
You didn't need to write it, just there.
Yeah, and it's dramatic, it's weird. It still fits in with the Helm series, I think, because it's kind of a helmet worn by a dinosaur. Yeah, I never actually had any of these toys, but I saw the cartoon a little bit, basically just 20-minute toy commercials, you know, to sell toys, but some good stuff came out of it, I think. Cool designs,
definitely.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Okay, Ben, now where can people find you if they want to see any future exhibitions or get in contact with you about your work?
Yeah, I have a blog, funbeard.blogspot.com, and I've got another show coming up in Collingwood. It's at Littlewoods Gallery from the 14th of November till the 6th of December.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a tiny little gallery space, but it should be a lot of fun, and there'll be more helmets on show there.
Awesome. All right, get down there, kids. Check it all out. Okay, Ben, thanks again for coming down today.
Thanks, Mike.
And great work with everything, and I hope it all goes well for you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Back to the studio. Well, that was Ben Guy at ArtBoy, and that was a great interview, Mike. Looking great as always.
Thank you, bro.
And Ben Guy, you can catch him, as we mentioned, the different websites that he is located as well. So, coming up after the... Mike, are you wearing the green ring again? I've said with the green screen, we can't have the green ring.
Oh, I do it every time.
Unbelievable, seriously. All right, coming up after the break, Tarquin's going to be checking out a bit of a Doctor Who collection. Let's go. Who?
Welcome back to 42 Geek Street. Coming up right now, we got my Who bro. That's Tarquin. He's checking out the Doctor Who collection. Pretty cool collection, a lot of VHS stuff. You got any VHS, Ren?
Oh, I think I've got some around somewhere, but I don't think I've used VHS in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty cool. All right, Ren. We reckon we should go straight to the Doctor Who collection.
Yeah.
Right at ya.
Welcome to Collector's Corner, and welcome to Colin Russell's lair.
Oh no, he's tracked me down.
Wasn't that hard? We're looking at your books here.
Yeah.
How many have you got?
Well, it's a complete set of the Target novels. That's everything from An Unearthly Child right at the beginning to the movie.
Okay. Yep.
Because I don't think they did novelizations of any of the new series stories.
Not well, maybe not
Not
yet.
to my knowledge.
Well, I don't know, but
time.
now, okay. Now, out of all of them, I mean, do you have it like? What's your favourite book? Well, I should say your favourite story.
My favourite story
Yeah.
would have to be one of Sylvester McCoy's
Yep.
episodes. That would be The Curse of Fenric right here.
Ah, yeah. They said this was a good one.
It is. I mean, it's the penultimate story before the show was taken off. It was not the last one, but the one before. Gets gory as hell in some places.
But yeah, Doctor Who does it.
I mean, some like Doctor Who when it's nice and safe. Personally, I love it when there's a nice high body count.
Now, for the Nuvians, back in the old Doctor Who, you could, unit troopers, you could stack them like cordwood, blow them up, disintegrate them, melt them, burn them.
Exactly.
But you can't do that nowadays.
Star Trek had the guys in the red shirt. We had the unnamed unit trooper.
Yeah. Well, some came through it all right, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Now, how about we have a look at the rest of your collection?
Okay.
Okay. So, Colin, this is part of your collection.
Yeah.
Now, for all the Nuvians out there, this is called videotape.
This is one of the earliest parts of the set.
Yeah. And I mean, this is all the classic Doctor Who on video, yeah?
Everything from An Unearthly Child all the way through to the Paul McGann telly movie in '96.
Okay, so it matches your book collection. Now, let me ask you a question, because you were telling me before this came out on video and then it started coming out on DVD.
Yeah.
Exactly how annoyed were you on a scale of 1 to 12?
Oh, has to be about 8 or 9.
Only 8 or 9. Okay.
Well, the DVDs were coming out with extra features, so
Yeah,
it was worthwhile even if you had the stories on video. Yes.
No, actually-
This is actually the very first story from 1963. This is the UK import of An Unearthly Child.
So this video is from 63.
This is where it all began.
Hang on. When you say 63, I mean, when was this video actually produced? I'm getting confused in myself.
The very first episode was screened the day after JFK was shot.
Yeah, but I mean, when was the video produced?
Oh, the video?
Yeah.
There's a date here. Yeah, 1990.
1990, okay.
Because the BBC didn't release them in strict chronological order. They tend to jump around a lot.
Well, actually, no, the video does hold an important place in Doctor Who, because even into the 80s, when they were realising episodes were missing, people would trade videos. The video, the explosion of home video made it possible for people to get Doctor Who and watch it in their own homes whenever they wanted, and that started in the early 80s.
Well, the advent of home video is what prompted the BBC to start looking for those missing episodes in the first place, because they realised this stuff was marketable. They could put it on video and sell it at home. And then they go through the archives and they find about 2/3 of the black and white era was missing, hence the hunt.
Yeah. And guys, if you're actually interested, if you can find a Doctor Who video, probably might be on video, or you can make $1 million per episode or get your own Dalek.
Fans the world over would be very grateful.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go have a look at the next bit, shall we?
Okay.
Okay. And if you're wondering, here's what it looks like on DVD, the whole damn collection.
Every nut and bolt.
So, Colin.
Yes.
It's not just about DVDs. You've got other stuff.
There's merchandise. More merchandise than I care to count.
Well, okay, and I mean, you've got a lot of different things here. Sonic screwdrivers. You've got the badges, more books. And I mean, that's a modern Cyberman or Cybermat rather. Now, tell me about some of this stuff.
Well, we've got the message cube from the Doctor's the episode The Doctor's Wife from Series 6.
People like that one. It was it's a good episode.
In the case, that's a sonic screwdriver universal remote.
I've got the 10th Doctor one of that. It's fun.
Yeah.
You can go around and turn off TV sets when you go Christmas shopping.
Once you program it, which
Anyway.
is a long job.
Yeah. Now you've got some other stuff. You've got Torchwood and the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Yes, Doctor Who spin-offs. That's a whole other. That's almost another interview in itself. It's a long story.
Now, one thing Doctor Who fans are after, it's safe to say, is signatures, and I happen to know you have a lot of them.
The autograph hunt. Yes. Half the fun of being a fan now is that the guests are a lot more. The actors are a lot more accessible, both from the new series and the classic series.
Now, you said before your favourite book, I think, was The Five Doctors because it's got so many signatures in it.
Yeah, out of the Target novels, I've had this signed 8 times, and the inside looks a little like an airline passport.
That is impressive.
That's the 3 regulars at the time: Peter Davison, Janet Fielding, and Mark Strickson. I've got Fraser Hines and Wendy Padbury there for the Patrick Troughton Doctor. David Banks, the Cyber Leader. John Leeson, the voice of K9. Richard Franklin, Captain Mike Yates.
What's the one thing you wish you had? The one thing you haven't got? I mean, it might not complete the collection because God knows getting a collection is an ongoing thing. What's the next thing you really want?
In terms of autographs, it would be any of the main actors from the new series: Billy Piper, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith. Personally, I'd just love to meet them in person. Yep. We almost had Billy Piper here at Oz Comic Con in Adelaide. That was early April. Unfortunately, she had to pull out due to scheduling conflicts.
Okay.
Yeah.
But thank you for that, Colin. It's an impressive collection, and I hope to come one day back and drool over it again. Okay. With that, Ren, it's back to you in the studio.
Well, that was Tark Bro talking all things Doctor Who collection.
True story.
And what a fantastic VHS collection that was.
True story.
Coming up next, we're going to have Ron talking to Giuseppe at All Star Classics.
Ren, you always get that wrong. He always says All-Star Classics. It's either All-Star Comics or Classic Comics.
I meant Classic Comics. So Ron down at Classic Comics
Not
for
cool, bro.
Free Comic Book Day.
True story. Welcome back to 42 Geek Street. Now we've got coming up, Ren, is a free comic book day where Ron went down there and there was some awesome guy down there launching stuff. I don't know what he was launching.
Oh, I heard about that.
You know, I don't know what he was pimping. He pimps all the time in some way, fashion, form, you know. I don't know, whatever else he's doing. But I think we should go check it out.
Mike, you're crazy.
Hi guys, and we're down here at Classic Comics and we're having an interview with Giuseppe about Free Comic Book Day. Giuseppe, can you please tell us what is Free Comic Book Day for those who don't know?
Well, Free Comic Book Day is an event that happens all around the world. It's in its, I think, 12th or 13th year this year. And basically it's a way for the publishers to hand out some free comics. Hopefully get more people engaged in reading comics, you know, getting people, especially young people, coming into the store and visiting us, and getting old people hopefully coming back into the store one more time and, you know, getting back into the reading of comics and the enjoyment of what it was and what it is, you know. It's getting more and more popular every year, so hopefully, you know, everyone enjoys it, the products that all the companies put out, and hopefully everyone comes on down each year and participates.
And how does it actually work as a sort of patron coming back to a comic book store for the first time in a long time? How does it actually work on the day to get the free comics?
Well, hopefully via social media, and also you know, contacts, so forth. People can come in, grab the comics that, you know, the publishers put out, and hopefully that will rekindle some memories and get them, you know, reading comics again. It's like some people say, you know, oh, you're still reading comics, you're still, you know, they're still being put out. Well, we say, well, movies are still coming out, books are still coming out, so they're just getting better and better every year, so they're not as they were years ago. So there's a lot of classics out there, but there's also modern comics that, you know, will be just as good as the movies that come out, like such as Avengers, you know, X-Men and Spidey and so forth. So hopefully everyone can get engaged that way.
Have you found with the release of those new Marvel movies that patronage has increased in relation to Free Comic Book Day because people are getting more engaged with comics now?
Well, we found that there's more awareness, I think, is more than anything. So if people check out the Avengers or the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy movie, they come in hopefully looking for the comic and, you know, move forward that way, you know, as far as reading comic goes, and hopefully they'll continue.
Oh, excellent. Well, thanks very much.
No worries at all. Thank you.
Thank you. And we're now down here at All Star, where they're also celebrating Free Comics Books Day with queues right out the door. Some of the things you can actually pick up when you're picking up a free comic and the sort of titles you can get is things like SpongeBob for the kids. You've got Marvel over here. We've got a preview of some of the episodes and comics that are coming out later. But there's also a lot of adult comics from a lot of the other publishers like IDW, and DC does some stuff and all that sort of thing. So plenty of variety, lots of different things to look at, and a lot of new titles that you can look at too. So that's what you can get at Free Comic Book Day.
Well, that was an awesome story. What did you think, Mike?
It was great. Have you seen my book? I don't know if I've ever shown anyone my book. It's called That All-Star Bulletproof Kid. So were you talking?
It's okay. It's that book is that little bit of geek for all of us. So, all right. Coming up next, we have the new Melbourne Browncoats, and Lauren's going to be chatting to them about Stop the Serenity, which we went to just recently. Ren, I believe you went to that. That was me.
And it was you. You know, I actually understand because we're such bros, you can get confused because
It is confusing.
you are that good looking. But let's get straight into it.
So I'm here with Chris, and I've heard about You Can't Stop the Signal, but tell us about Can't Stop Serenity.
Well, Can't Stop Serenity started out pretty much from a whole lot of Firefly fans, yes, guilty, going, Fox, you cancelled our show, how could you? And were determined to get another season. And that didn't happen. But we did get a movie. So, Can't Stop the Signal ties straight into Can't Stop the Serenity. Once we got our movie, we're not letting go. We've got our movie, and every year we do a charity screening of the film. We show it on a big screen. We make a whole day of it in Melbourne, and you know, to get people involved, to get people interested in something they might not have seen, and yeah, keep that going. And
So you're doing a charity screening today. Would you like
Yep.
to tell us a little more about the charity you're raising money for?
Okay. Joss Whedon, who wrote and directed Serenity, his personal charity that he supports is Equality Now. I think his mother-in-law is tied up with the actual starting the charity itself. So every year we show the screening of Serenity, we raise money for Equality Now, and Equality Now are tied up with doing huge amounts of stuff worldwide. They do a lot of education programs, health programs, legal representation, mainly for women that have been either the victims of domestic violence or sexual abuse. And with the health side of things, it's a lot of things tied up with immunisations and HIV prevention and things like that. So they do a lot of really good work in a lot of places that don't really see that sort of thing.
So how into it do the fans get? Do they dress up? Do they...
You need to talk to one of my friends, Alex. You've probably seen Alex walking around in a giant Kaylee puffy dress with...
I actually think I helped her style her wig earlier.
Yep.
What's your favourite thing about the event?
It's seeing people walk out at the end after having a really good day and talking about it to their friends and going, yeah, we're definitely going to be coming back next year. Well, that was great. I didn't know what this was going to be like. That's probably my favourite thing.
Thank you so much, Chris. You've been absolutely wonderful.
Not a problem at all.
I better let you go and run around like a headless chicken for a little while.
I'm afraid to look at my phone, but someone would have called me.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And back to the studio, guys. Have a nice one.
Well, that was great, Lauren. Thanks very much for that. And if you want to check out their latest event, you can go to their social night on the 12th of November. What do you think of that, Mike?
I think it's great. How will they contact them?
We can contact them on their website, and you can check that website out here using my super editing fingers to get there and check it all out. It's so good.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And now if people want to contact us, how do they contact us, Ren?
Well, they can contact us by going to our Facebook page.
The FB.
Sharing is caring. And yeah, you can see us there and contact us. And if you have anything that you'd like us to put on our show, you can do that right there. Thanks again, Mike, for coming on to the show.
It was an honor and a privilege.
And we'll see you all next time. Bye for now. I'm Red.
See you later, puppies.